Hello there, I'm MetalTuna and I'm back. It has been a long time since I've actually done a video, but that's partly been because of health issues, but I've had lifestyle changes to change that, but more importantly, it's about CARDFIGHT Vanguard. So, you're thinking, well, we've had 2.5 sets, we've had set 1, set 2, and now we've got Festival Collection out. And, well, where have you been? And the answer is, I haven't got the cards, because we have been having some issues. You might see this in other videos, you might not. But basically, the UK distributor for CARDFIGHT Vanguard, and also I imagine other TCGs, and probably they're also having the same issue, because I'm pretty sure I've heard that like One Piece had got less stock because of they just had less stock. So I imagine this is also the UK side, because it was a UK issue. If you're buying from a place that has a European distributor, you won't have had this issue. But the place we ordered from switched to the UK seller at some point, and we've just had issues, and they're going to be switching back to them. So regarding set 1, set 2, and Festival Collection, so we, as my friend group, we put in an order of a case, and we got to set 1 and it was delayed, and then when it finally arrived, there wasn't enough for everyone that had ordered one. And that's quite a shock, really, when given that the shop that we order from is a very popular shop, and for the distributor to not give them enough isn't a great start to Divine Z for us. Because I'm sat here now, still waiting on the reprint set of set 1, which we don't even know when that's coming, because I'm pretty sure that's through the UK seller too. What we did happen though is that we were offered a deal for our set 1, and that was to have 12 boxes and then 8 boxes later. But the problem with that is the reason that we get a case is so that everyone is guaranteed their deck. They'll put the money in, and then spares would then go to any friend that also plays that nation. But having it be a 12-8 split, it isn't a guaranteed guaranteed playset, which is one of the biggest strengths of CARDFIGHT Vanguard's cases. Because I've been talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! With my friends lately, and there's not that guarantee, especially in the latest set. I'm pretty sure I'm not massively up to date on Yu-Gi-Oh! I know a few things about Yu-Gi-Oh! But it's not my strong point. But with CARDFIGHT Vanguard, if you don't have that case when you're planning a case, it causes problems. So we were like, okay, we'll wait for the reprint set, and we'll be guaranteed a sealed case. Then came set 2, and it's a very interesting situation. Is that the UK seller? Well, it was delayed again. But when it arrived, it was all loose boxes. But so we're sort of having to go against what we did in set 1. But we're going to have 20 loose boxes. Now, that's, if you're unaware with that, it could be from 2 cases. And again, that's not ideal, but we're just going to have to just stick with it, see what we get, and hopefully it'll all be from one case. which it most likely won't. And just now with the festival collection, I think we're just past its release date. I've not been up to date with what the time schedule for the festival collection release. I've bought a few pieces because, I've ordered 2 boxes. I'm not going to get guaranteed everything, and anything I get that doubles, I can then sell on to my friends because, it's easy that way as a friend group to help each other, and that's what sort of TCG should be about. And that's also sort of where I'm quite annoyed by the current situation. But as we stand with Festival Collection, the boxes aren't here, and the supplier has said that they don't know when they're going to get them. And that's another problem again. And I'm just slightly getting a bit worn down by all these issues. I just want to enjoy my hobby, and I can't enjoy my hobby because of things above my stature, and it's frustrating. We have, there's this third-party market, but it's not great. I'm a cater player. I play Lyrical. I do dabble in other nations too, but they're going to be on the back burner because of prices, because of having to dip into the third-party market all the time. With boxes, it can be a lot easier for me. But now we're in a situation where, I'm sort of waiting for these new stuff to come in so I can actually enjoy Divine Z to its fullest, because I can't enjoy it to its fullest. I don't want to buy off third market because it's expensive. Like, the biscottis are expensive. There's so much that's going up. At one, not now, I don't think, but for a playset of 2 cards, for a playset, so 8 cards in general, it would took me £240, and that's for playset of 2 cards of 4, and that's not on. That is really not on. I know that there's going to be Yu-Gi-Oh players that probably also listen to this, because there might, be CARDFIGHT and Yu-Gi-Oh, because my friends are also like that. And, the ratios for that are horrible. I think my friends were saying that there was a £500 core for a deck. And that boggles my mind, to be honest, because, for 100 more you could get a serial numbered Minerva, and I'd rather have that, to be honest, than, a core of how many cards for £500 that isn't even the full deck. That blows my mind. And it's not like you're going for the highest rarity, that's just a core. That's sort of, I don't want to be priced out of TCG, because TCG is meant to be, it's meant to be fun. It's not meant to be you having to splash out cash just so you can play a deck. It's not like I'm trying to max rarity everything in Care Sanctuary. And, Lyrical is a lot cheaper, which has been great. And, I'm looking forward to eventually getting set 1. I really, really hope, because I want to play Mygo, and I want to play, more Fonka, because Bang Dream has been a popular thing for me too. I bought it at the end of V, and I wasn't going to be in set 1, to be honest, in that case break, but as soon as they announced that, the Bang Dream cards were going to be in there, I was in. That's sort of why there's been such a big gap in content on here. Now, getting on to new content, we have Sparkling Stars, the new lyrical set that they've just announced everything, I'm pretty sure now. I will have to double check that. Actually, I'll boot up now. We'll do a bit of live looking. So, yes, this is a new set that is basically based on the summertime set that I actually opened up on this channel. They are all getting brand new versions of themselves, and it's going to be really good from what I've seen. You know, there's life into Loafer. We have the Warbeast Sagita, which is a anti-multi-attacker, which is really good. I really love the design of this card. This was actually the first, like, so I saw it, I was like, I must go for this. We're getting reprints of Valsplan as well, which is really positive because that was in initial festival collection, and that was a disaster, to be honest, because the side sets don't get supplied well enough. They really don't. There wasn't enough when that came out, so it's nice to see that getting reprinted. And of course we have the return of Prism with Rosa, Vert and Clear, and we have Aurora Star Coral as well, so quite a packed encounter list. I wasn't expecting more encounters, but I guess it's technically a few sets later, so they'd have to just put in more encounters. And when we don't have the stride decks for Lyrical, which I'm surprised we haven't had any Lyrical ones yet, but I'm wondering if they just fear that Lyrical's stride might just really be too strong, because I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of negativity to G, well, Bermuda, I guess it would be at that point. I'm not really that too clued up on G, to be honest. I do have a G deck, but it's Amaruda, and I haven't played a lot of G. I've played a tiny bit of Premium with Himiko and a bit of the Astral Poets, but I'm more knowledgeable on V and more knowledgeable on D, as I was, as I started in V, and I have played D since that came out too. But I'm interested to see how this set does. I've seen Kyoka has been doing well as well, and more importantly, I'm really excited about the new powerful units that are in this for my Herminia deck. So we got 2 new cards. We got a grade 3 and we got a grade 2. The grade 3 is going to be an interesting one. I might only run a 1 or 2 of, but I really want to just get the cards in front of me so I can then decide what I really want to do. But let's have a look at these cards, because we have Full of Funny Floella. This is the grade 3 that has the powerful ability, when this unit attacks, if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Herminia in its card name and your soul has no cards, counterblast 1, and this unit gets 1 crit until the end of the battle. So initially, if I was running this with Common Beauty Hermina, which, for those who aren't totally familiar with Hermina, is basically the initial Hermina. This is not the dress-up Hermina. Now, with this, I probably would not use the crit until the restand, to be honest, unless I really need to counterblast to get off the Enduring Beauty Hermina skill, which I'll put Enduring Beauty Hermina as well, just so there's more context to what is being said. Because basically, Herminas always have counterblast reduction. Common Beauty has it on her restand. Your next counterblast that you use is reduced by 1. So this is just basically the crit coming off until the end of that battle. So you're not getting 3 crit, you're getting just an extra crit. But the problem with this is that it's still only a 13k. So unless you're Persona, in which you probably won't be on this current standard of Hermina, because you're going to be on turn 1. So this is going to be either a finisher, which I would probably only then use on Enduring Beauty, to be honest. Although you do have technically a threat, you're forcing the player to guard this because it's 2 damage at the end of the day, and hopefully you've got a rally in the other field that's also going to, hopefully drove check something to help boost this up. This could be a 23k 3 crit card. This could been, drove check with Hermina to give that boost. So there is a nice option, but I don't think I would run a lot of this card. But if we go over to the other card that got shown for powerful, Wishing Upon the Water Surface, Lyrical is how I'm going to pronounce it, because I'm not sure if it's pronounced like that. This is a grade 2, and it basically says that act skill once per turn, Soul Blast, and this gets 5k to the turn. So we do have another Soul Blaster, which is always very welcome in a deck where you don't want any soul. Because there's only so many pieces that can Soul Blast. You have your Rally, Custodia, and you have your Solaces that can do it. And you do have Signy, but I rarely find a Signy, and also you need to attack first, so you need to go rear guard first to get that soul out. Her other skill is when this unit attacks, this is her powerful ability, by the way. When this unit attacks, if your soul has no cards, Counterblast 1, Energy Blast 3, draw a card, and this unit gets power 10k to the end of turn. So this is also really nice because we now have a powerful Energy Blast card. I've been using the set 1 Energy Blasts in generic just because I thought about just grabbing it just in case the price spiked. So I have that just in case. I really love this card. I like that it gets the 5k from a Soul Blast, and I also love the fact that it gets itself 10k from Counterblast, Energy Blast 3, and it draws a card, which, again, hand is always key, I feel, in Vanguard, and especially in this deck where we really need to see specific pieces to really get cooking. I really like this. Now, also, the fact that it gives itself 10k makes itself a 20k restander if you're on Enduring Beauty. And also, just in, if you somehow miss a rally, this is a viable card to restand. Especially if you're saving up that energy blast, when you get to your first grade 3 turn, you're likely going to have 6 energy to use. And it's not once a turn, this skill. So you can get yourself 2 cards from this attack. And you're like, well, it's got a counterblast. Is that going to be a problem? Well, Herminia's reduction means that, for the Common Beauty at least, that you're only going to have to spend that probably on the first attack for Lyrical. But never fret, because Enduring Beauty you need 3 face down cards to do her front skill that she gives -1 counterblast to the front row. So on a Enduring Beauty 3 face down damage turn, you're not going to have to spend any counterblast at all, and that in the end is just fantastic, because it means you're drawing 2 cards for 6 energy instead of 1 card for 7 energy like you would off the Crest energy skill. And this is sort of what I was doing with the generic, is that I was using the generics to guard, because I can't use it to discard, because Herminia's right line doesn't really allow that. So I was using it to guard, energy blasting 3 and drawing myself a card, which was quite nice. And this is doing the same, but we're getting, instead of guarding, it's just attacking, and I'm getting 20k attackers out of it as well. So the value of it's really nice. Of course, problem is that you're not gonna always have that energy. So once you've run out of that energy, you're then left with a 10k attacker, unless you've Persona Road, or if you can find in an energy charger, which we're very limited on, and especially in this deck where the space probably isn't amazing. So I would run this as a 4 because I like the draw from it, but I would probably have to have a little play around to see what the sweet spot is. Because if I can somehow piece in maybe an energy charger, which it's unlikely, you can probably use this quite well. But at most you're probably only getting 1 energy from the energy charger, which would be the Sea Song Dragon Elastino. But again, that's situational too, so it's probably not really worthwhile in the long run. I think that overall though, I think there can be some nice little things you can do with this deck, and especially with the options of the new over triggers now as well. I was using Bright Sky yesterday, and that was ridiculous. Like, I was getting my 2 cards because there was open rear guard circles, retiring, stopping their guard, and by stopping their guard it was allowing me to put the 1,000,000 power elsewhere, the 100 million power elsewhere, and that's such a nice option for Herminia. I know that, I probably would usually use the blue OT, but I don't really know at the moment. I think that you could use either of these, and I mean, Night Sky's not too bad either, really. But I'd have to see after a few more games. I've been playing a lot with my experimental Herminia deck, with just the cards I mentioned previous, with Edelheid and the generic energy charger, energy blaster, sorry. And I've had a lot of fun with that. It's brought a bit more life into the deck. Definitely don't think I'd be going with this more further, due to the new cards when they come out. But for now, it's just been a lot of fun, really, and a lot of being able to play with the Herminia deck a lot more, which I'm probably having a lot more fun with than a lot more of my decks, which is good because I've put the most money into this deck as well. I'll probably show an updated version of that and show sort of a fun deck list, I guess, of it. Because I definitely want to do a bit more content given how long it's been since I've last done one. But I'm going to end it here. I've got Sparkling Stars case pre-ordered, and hopefully we won't be waiting on that one as well. So I've been MetalTuna. Keep thrashing, and I'll see you upstream.